Liar, liar, pants on fire. Let's see if that old chant holds true today. Since we're going to be spending the semester together, I'm going to be telling you a couple truths about me and my life so we can get to know each other better. Today, I'm going to be telling you two truths and one lie, and you're going to have to guess the lie. First, I'm going to be telling you about my travels within the US military. Then, I'm going to be telling you about how I learned the ability to speak multiple languages. And finally, I'll be telling you about a time I decided to move to Washington on a whim. Let me start by telling you about my military travels. After basic training, I was afforded the opportunity to be stationed in Vilseck, Germany, where I spent 3 years traveling throughout Germany, Czech, Lithuania, and Poland. Now that I have told you a truth about me, or possibly a lie, let me tell you about how I developed the ability to speak multiple languages. My birth parents came from Colombia and Mexico, where they only learned the ability to speak Spanish. So growing up, I spoke Spanish and English. Later on in my childhood, I was adopted, and my parents came from Germany and the Philippines. So I learned the ability to also speak German and Tagalog. Now that I have told you another truth about me, or possibly the lie, let me tell you about a time I decided to move to Washington on a whim. I was coming home from the gym one day, and a buddy that I hadn't seen in a couple of years pulled over, and we decided to chat. After chatting for a little bit, he told me about his plans to move to Seattle, Washington, and asked if I would like to come along, and I said yes. So today, I told you two truths and one lie. First, I told you about my traveling within the US military. Then, I told you about how I learned the ability to speak multiple languages. And finally, I told you about how I decided to move to Washington on a whim. Did you see my pants catch on fire? I think I saw a couple sparks during one of my stories. Maybe you can guess my lie correctly.